Alright, here we are once again, replay casting Gold Division Cycle 2 in the round of 16. This time we have Crave versus Twisted Fusion, in what should be a pretty good matchup. Two teams that we've seen. I think I've seen Twisted Fusion a little bit. The guys on Crave don't recognize too many of their names. King Plato, I believe, played, yeah, definitely for Absolute Legends, as he is tagged up there. And Present 25, is that an alt for Present 23, perhaps?
I would think so.
Yes,
I mean, look at his stats.
Yeah. Alright, so that's a couple of guys from the old We Are Spies team. I think Plato played for them, or was he just on AL? I don't know. I know Present 23 played for We Are Spies. I'm impressed by Teal, though, because that's well done. Crybaby.
Same with Blue. COME.
Yeah, not bad. But bans are out already. I should introduce people, though, first. I got Enthaz and Drents here. Obviously, Enthaz is one of my fellow HoN Tour writers, and definitely a very smart guy whenever he feels like it.
Very rarely.
Do I have issues? I really hope that my desktop sound has been coming through, because it looks like maybe it wasn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've been doing most of the talking anyway. But that was Enthaz, the first guy. You might have heard the end of that. And then Drents, of course, the captain of Nullstone Gaming, who you guys did really, really well in Cycle 2, that was. So, gonna expect some great things from you, because you now have raised the bar. So, thanks to both of you for joining me. Bans are out. Like I said before, Cthulhuphant and Ophelia getting banned by the Legion side, and Revenant and... who is that? Silhouette? Why did that not show up? There it is. Never mind. So let's go to Drents first, as you are a drafter. What do you think about these 4 bans?
Well, so you can see, Legion are kind of afraid of facing carries and like solos, because they really want to use those solos, like the carry Switchblade. You can see Magnus there. They want to benefit their solos and their carry, so they want to ban out the heroes that they're afraid against. So that's why the first phase of bans. And if you're Legion, you just want to ban the heroes you don't want to face. But if you're Hellborn, it's kind of different, because either you want to ban the junglers, or just make sure that you're not outdrafted, because you know for a fact that support like Raptor is gonna be first pick for Legion. So it's kind of like an advantage for Legion, but it's pretty much just normal picks right now, normal stuff you see.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And no doubt we've heard that opinion expressed by others that Legion does have a draft advantage. A little bit less now, I think, that the auto bans onto Puppet Master and Kronos are no longer necessary, with some nerfs to those 2 heroes.
Yeah.
But still, it does certainly feel like Legion, with that first pick, has a pretty significant advantage, and I think their win rate is slightly higher, despite the fact that, of course, the Kongor Pit is on the Hellborn side. So no doubt, the draft does tend to favor Legion a little bit in terms of the way it's currently set up. Legion's side going to finish off their first 3 picks with Switchblade, Magnus, and Engineer, so getting obviously a really strong Mag-Engie combo, likely to head into the middle lane. Hellborn side are going to go to Rhapsody, Bubbles, and Kraken, so a lot of AoE potential and team fight for them, as well as some strong gank. Likely going to see Portal Keys on both Bubbles and Kraken. What are you seeing so far here, Enthaz?
I like the Legion draft a lot. Magnus, Swiftblade, really strong picks. Engineer's great too, man, especially with that Magnus ultimate. I'm surprised we didn't see a ban on Parasite. I mean, all 3 games that we cast yesterday had almost instant bans on Parasite, so he did just get banned, so I guess we're not going to see him, but I'm interested that I saw Revenant as one of the first bans along with Ophelia. Well, not so much Ophelia, but more so Revenant.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Revenant, we've seen him be played in a number of different roles, and he's been successful in a lot of them as well. So definitely a versatile hero, and one that's rather annoying, but I'm with you on that. I'm not sure he's really top 4 ban material, unless maybe you've been emotionally scarred. Yeah.
The thing about Revenant is that it's such a strong laner that you can't just like send a hero, because it's gonna lose. Either dual mid or just like dodge the lane. This is really, really strong laner. Right. Not to mention the invis, like, you have to be careful at all times.
Yeah.
You know for a fact you're gonna get ganked by a couple of heroes with that invis.
Right, and it's just annoying having to drop all those counter wards, and you're constantly having to play on your toes, because, of course, Revenant, one of the very few heroes, or pretty much the only hero that can spread invis, and really allow a lot of your team to sneak up on somebody and get a gank through without, or even despite having wars and without them having their own Strouds or even portal keys. So not only a difficult laner, but of course as he transitions into the mid game, just if nothing else, an extremely annoying hero to play against. So you can certainly understand why they want to get rid of that hero. Legion side are going to ban out Parasite and Hag and Legionnaire. So we talked about the Parasite ban a second ago. A hero we do see banned out regularly. Neither side choosing to pick him up in the first threes. There, yeah, that's a good point. Keeper can invis others. I don't know. I wasn't thinking of him, but we saw Parasite banned a lot earlier on. Hag and Lego getting taken out as well. Heroes that we don't see too often. Hag has dropped out a little bit. Interesting bans there. What do you think there, Drents?
Well, you can see that since Hellburn has a little bit of advantage in the jungle because it's like really close to each other. Unlike Legion, where you have a ramp that's really far away from mid camp. So the junglers are gonna do way better in Hellburn. So what they're doing is they're banning the flash farmers that do really strong in the jungle, like Parasite and Lego, because they know for a fact if they don't block the camp, they're just gonna take off. I think you could see that in the game where Nolson Gaming picked Legionnaire against Eason, where he just took off. Like, even though he had one of his camps blocked, he just took off really quickly. So that's why they banned it pretty much.
Bushwhack. Okay. Let's get to that in a second, because I do want to follow up that say, yeah, I think the Hellborn side, jungler does suit them very well. They have Bubbles and Kraken, both two very strong solo heroes, so no doubt they could have gone for a jungler, though, with their own Tempest ban. I don't think that's going to happen. Flux and Moon Queen going to be the last two bans for the Hellborn side, so targeting a short lane carry, as well as the Initiator in Flux, obviously, which allows them to do that Flux-NG combo, which is considered so powerful. And to be honest, I think Flux is just a strong hero in his own right. But Bushwhack, they banned the Moon Queen. Apparently, Legion doesn't care. They're going to pick a Bushwhack. What do you think about that, Enthos?
I mean, they already have a lot of physical presence with Swiftblade. And picking up Bushwhack, I didn't expect it because Swiftblade has no CC whatsoever, and that Bushwhack's 1 second slow isn't exactly all that great as far as crowd control is concerned. So I'm surprised to see it. I haven't seen Bushwhack in almost any competitive play, so I'm curious to see how he does.
No doubt.
And then you have Alphagor on the Hellborn team.
Yeah.
I mean, the bans are pretty standard as far as the second round goes. I mean, the Legion wanted to ban all jungle heroes because both Kraken and Bubbles are pretty strong solo lane heroes. And, you know, Hellborn following likewise banning, you know, the big AoE heroes, that being Tempest, Flux, and Moon Queen.
Right. I think Twisted Fusion is a bit notorious for running Balfagor, especially in that suicide role. We saw them do it in the HoN Tour Season 2 playoffs, I believe, and the in Slot Please's hands, so wouldn't be surprised to see actually a suicide Balf here, despite the fact that they have Bubbles and Kraken, both of whom are generally considered at least competent, if not good, suicide heroes, although I might disagree about that with Kraken, just because he hasn't had the most success. But Legion's not going to finish off their draft with Torturer, and what are you expecting to see the lanes here for Drents? For the Legion side. Are you lagging? Nope. Nothing? I don't know. What do you, okay, well, let's go to you then.
I just got a whisper. He says, tell him I'm eating raw. So I'll give you a little bit of insight on my behalf. Okay, what?
Yeah.
I mean, we have Bubbles and Kraken on this Hellborn team, along with Balfagor, so clearly two of them are going to have to be in a dual lane, and the question is which ones, because Kraken, Bubbles, and even Balfagor can be run in a solo lane, and I think that they excel in those roles, so I want to see what they run as far as these lanes are concerned. You mentioned a Suicide Balfagor, so maybe like a Shadow Blade, Rhapsody top, and then a Kraken Bubbles.
It's going to be a jungle Balf.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot that that's been done more and more lately.
Yeah,
so
it's got to be.
I'm curious to see how it turns out. I've seen it maybe once, and it did not pan out well for the guy that tried it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I saw that match as well. If it was a competitive match, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they have a Bushwhack and a Swiftblade on the same team, but I do like this Legion draft a little bit more, being that they have lots of CC.
You know something? I didn't turn auto skip pause on, so I'm going to do that right now.
Didn't turn what?
Auto skip pause, just in case.
How do you turn that on?
Control F8 brings up the console.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll just give you the command in Skype chats.
Sure.
So just type that in, hit enter, and Control F8 can close the console again, and it'll skip us straight through the thing. But Kongor here at level 1 looks like it's going to be attempted, and this isn't really a great Kongor team on the Hellborn side. And they're going to drop the dance floor here to try to help themselves heal up a little bit, but I do not like this decision. Kraken already using a health potion. Alphagor's now down to 1/3 of his life, and they're not killing this Kong.
Yeah, no Pharaoh, no Gauntlet, no Pyro, no Wild Soul. It's a ballsy move. I mean, I'd like to see Kongor go down for sure, and they're putting some damage in, but Alphagor's dropping rapidly. 4 of the Legion's heroes are in their jungle, so maybe it's only a matter of time, but they might not see it after all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they know this is going on, and definitely the Ward of Sight's going to protect them a lot. And it looks like they're going to take it, actually. I mean, the health pots are going off all over the place, and those tanks are helping out quite a lot. So they are going to get this Kongor kill. Question is, how late are they going to be to the lanes? Definitely at least a little bit in top and bottom. And there goes the Kong. So, going to be a pretty early advantage there for the Hellborn side in terms of golden experience, as well as, of course, the token going to go to Shadowblade. And he will TP top, so good preparation there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Legion team is asking themselves what the hell's going on right now.
I wouldn't be surprised, but 500 plus gold per minute on pretty much everybody on the Hellborn side, because that's what that does. Always pretty funny to watch. Top lane looks like it's going to be a solo Shadowblade versus a Swiftblade Torturer. Middle lane we have a double dual lane going on. NG Mag, no surprise there, versus Kraken and Rhapsody. In the bottom it will be a Suicide Bubbles versus a solo Bushwhack. And in general, I feel like the Hellborn lanes are not bad, but the Legion should probably win middle and top, very possibly bottom as well.
Yeah, I think that they'll win bottom as well if the Bushwhack plays it right. I mean, yeah, I didn't anticipate Shadowblade being solo, so in the end, these lanes did turn out okay. Bubbles will have a hard time, Shadowblade as well, but Kraken should manage to get some decent farm with this Rhapsody.
Yeah, I feel like they should really
barely missing a charge at mid.
Yeah, I feel like they should really transition this Rhapsody top, though. I don't think the Kraken needs to be in a dual lane here. Like, he's not going to get too much, but the splash will help him out a lot, and of course he's got the charge. So he probably wouldn't die if he plays it relatively safely. And Shadowblade up top is just going to get crushed by this dual lane. At the very most, he should get a few CS. And so far, already down at 235 GPM, only 2 creep kills. You look at Swiftblade, he's 6-3. And I don't anticipate this getting a lot better for him up top.
Well, what their thought process might be is Shadowblade can play a little bit ballsy, get some creep kills, risk it since he does have the token, maybe playing on the fact that the Legion won't expend resources trying to kill him. But I guess we'll just wait and see how that pans out. And the token's up for, what, another 3 minutes? Maybe Rhapsody will end up going top towards the end of that.
Yeah. I would have just put the token on Kraken and sent him solo mid, rather than... I feel like that's a mistake in who got the token more than the subsequent laning decision. I mean, you can put the token on anybody you want.
It is understandable since they are versing a Swiftblade in that top lane, but yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying.
So, we'll see. Torturer actually has a double damage rune as he managed to pick that one up from top. Rhapsody is now rotating just to drop a ward, though, right on top of the ward from Torturer, so they should know exactly where that is and should be able to counter it relatively easily.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 wards towards the top on the Legion's part.
And up top, they actually do get the kill on who was that even? Torture, yeah. And the token goes down in exchange. So, well done, Shadowblade. I missed the beginning of that and then got very confused about what was happening. But token used up by Shadowblade, and apparently that was the correct decision. Now he's actually going to have a pretty solid time here, I feel like, because he's got a 2-level advantage on Swiftblade. And a 3-level advantage on Torture.
That along with his tanky presence makes him a beast in this early laning phase.
So
people underestimate Shadowblade's ability to tank damage, and
it's
it gets insane as the game goes on.
Clearly I'm stupid, and I'm sorry for dragging you into the stupid, but it's sometimes an unstoppable force. Bubble's going to get lane control here in the bottom lane momentarily. Bushwhack sitting at 303 gold per minute compared to Bub's at 235. So Bubble's not having a bad time here at all. Not super surprising. Bushwhack, I don't think he can kill Bubbles at all. Like, there's no situation in which Bubbles should die in this lane. And
I agree.
Bushwhack should definitely have the stronger laning presence here, just because he is the short laner and he is annoying as hell to deal with. And actually, Bubbles off to the side here will get the refreshment rune, but use the Shell Surf to do it. Keg stun, nice state cover there, and he will be alright as he escapes into the middle lane. So no surprise the Bushwhack is doing better in this bottom lane in terms of the pure GPM, but obviously won't be able to secure a kill. And if he misplays, Bubbles could definitely turn in with the burst magic damage. Top lane, meanwhile, actually Swiftblade spinning away, trying to get away. Rhapsody has rotated up here, and it looks like Swifty will be just fine. Rhapsody's taking a fair bit of damage as well.
Yeah.
So
His top lane went exceedingly well for Swiftblade. Now that I think about it, that token was a pretty good pickup on his behalf.
for Shadowblade.
Still farming very well, 315 GPM mid against that Magnus. Oh, Magnus almost dying there to a splash. But yeah, these lanes are going exceedingly well for the Hellborn. I think that if you look at the drafts, the Legion team had a huge laning advantage, and they're just not capitalizing on it.
I think if you look at the draft, they have a really, really good draft, and then they picked Bushwhack. And
Yeah.
this
Bushwhack
might be a
is a
good
strong
hero.
soul laner against Bubbles, so Bubbles should not be doing this well by any means. But he is prevailing.
Yeah,
Needless to
Bushwhack
say.
putting some pressure down, but yeah, Shadowblade, Swiftblade, gonna be annoying. There was a game, I think Twisted Fusion played, where they had Shadowblade and Swiftblade on the same team. And
Oh jeez.
I basically exploded.
What is that?
I mean, like, every single time I tried to say Swiftblade, I said Shadowblade, and every single time I tried to say the other one, I can't even remember. Anyway, bottom lane, actually, Bushwhack gonna be in some trouble here. Their Shell Surf will connect, and that's what I was talking about before.
Wow.
Yeah. He just
That is
he let himself
unfortunate.
get so low. Like, you have to realize that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So,
Especially against the Bubbles, I can just snipe you. But, you know, this top lane and bot lane should have won for the Legion, and they both lost pretty badly. When Bubbles taking a 280 GPM lead, Bushwhack's down at a 250, and Shadowblade's just, I mean, he's not farming up a storm, but 260, which is equal, almost exactly equal to that Swiftblade.
yeah, and he's been in a 1v2 lane this whole time. At least the Kraken actually gonna get dropped onto Engineer, and is he gonna be able to survive this? It looks like he might. He is mostly okay here. Splash Auto will hit him there, but he's got plenty of life.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, and Rhapsody is pretty low, but there's a Lava Surge onto 2. Rhapsody going to be in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. Nice keg. Will get the kill. Kraken now trying to chase down Engineer once again, but he's got the bottle, so he's sipping that. Magnus has no Lava Surge, gives the bottle back to him. He's trying to get some mana back up for a Lava Surge, and they will get the counter kill on NG thanks to the very, very good rotation from Bubbles. Kelpfield also saves Kraken there, no doubt, I think. And Magnus also might get turned around here, so Salem is definitely having a really nice time here at 260 gold per minute. Not bad at all for a suicide. 1-0-0, as well as the help out with the NG kill, so...
Magnus making the right play, dodging top instead of going back to the lane where Bubbles could snipe him out. Shadowblade secures another kill on the Torture in the top lane. Jeez.
So, things just looking really, really good here for Twisted Fusion right off the bat, and I mean, I feel like their lanes were not particularly close to optimal other than the Bubbles and the Suicide. I really feel like that Rhapsody should have gone top and the Kraken should have gone mid, but now I feel like shutting up because this has gone very well for them so far, and I think definitely the greed has paid off.
It's our job as casters to get proven wrong time after time,
Pretty
Quincy.
much.
That's what we're paid for, right?
Somebody's paying you?
I thought you were paying me.
Oh, no. No.
You told me that yesterday, Quincy.
That's not... No.
I'm kidding.
I did not tell you that, and even if I did tell you that, which no, lies. He's lying. He's a liar.
I'm gonna speak with my lawyer about this.
Nope.
You'll be receiving some
How about
paperwork.
this? How about
Come
this?
on, guys.
I will
Come on.
give you 50% of my ad revenue.
Deal.
All right, we got it.
Let me Skype my friends list real fast, spamming them to come in here and watch ads.
I don't have any ads.
Oh. we'll make some, don't worry. I'll make some ads for my HoN Tour
You think
team.
I'm going to charge people for this, or anybody's going to pay money to run ads on this? No. Bottom lane, Wheatfield goes down, plus the silence on the Bushwhack. Was just waiting for that. Balfagor has finally rotated over. Song of the Sea as well. Easy cleanup, and Bushwhack dies once again. 270 gold per minute for King Plato. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, there's been some engagements there. Kraken just going to skirt out as he manages to live But Balthagor exiting the jungle, and looks like he's going to get his push on.
And Balthagor has a surprising amount of farm, man. I mean, he's above 300 from jungling as this hero, so I'm surprised to see that. I gotta try that out sometime.
Balthagor's a good jungler. You just have to, like, know what you're doing on it.
Yeah.
And
Just I need to learn.
Slopley's definitely has a lot of experience playing this hero. He's been doing it for a long time. Really, I think the only regular Balthagor player pretty much anywhere. Off to the side here. Engineer getting caught by the Kraken ultimate, but there's a turn. And he's going to charge away. Might be able to live here. No, Bushwhack's got plenty of mana, and he's got no health. So that's going to be a pretty easy kill on Archie Tiger there, as he got caught a little bit in the woods with no vision. So perhaps a bit of a questionable play there. But
I'm just going to say one thing. We have a Balthagor jungler, and I pretty much told him I will never draft him Balthagor. Because I just don't like the hero. He has no stun. Like, could always have a better jungler. So that's why you'll never see Nolson Gaming in Balthagor.
Don't give away all your strats. People might have banned Balthagor against you until this.
They won't. It's really... It's a situational hero. He's good, but
yeah,
better heroes for that role.
Yeah, there was a really good play from Rhapsody there in the middle. I don't know if either of you guys caught it, but basically Swiftblade came in going, I'm alright, I'm going to Swift Slash you, and then you're going to die. And Rhapsody manages to get the staccatos off and juke like crazy around the woods, and Swiftblade just never had the angle to get the target off. Ended up living, so well played to Douchebag Mac. I think Douchebag Mac is his full name.
What a great name.
Right?
The Hellborn had destroyed
and mid tower. Also going to fall. Mid tower also going to fall, just saying. So, Hellborn pushing down 2 towers so far. No huge surprise there. They've got Balthagor and Rhapsody too, so that's a pretty potent pushing combination. And Legion's side might be in some trouble in regards to their inability to stop this.
Yeah, I mean, 11 minutes in, they have almost a 6k gold, 5k experience. Like, that's pretty significant. I mean, the Legion can absolutely bring it back. It's not anything terrible, but that is a pretty big lead for being this early on in the game.
Yo guys, is it okay to flame someone?
Yeah.
Because if you look at this torture, he has no items. He got E instead of Impelment, and
yep,
his impact is pretty much just not there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's in this game or not. So
he had Impalement or Agonizing Bonds, excuse me, in a 1v2 lane. Actually, top, we're gonna have a pretty serious catch. Nice Lava Surge onto 2. There's the Engineer Kag as well, but the HoN Tour comes out. These heroes are just too damn tanky. They're gonna get 2 turn kills. Bubbles comes in with Kelp Field. That's going to be a 3rd. And Bushwhack going to have to run away. So Shadowblade and Balthagor showing how tanky they are. And yeah, that was real bad. Because now this is at least one tier 2, or a tier 1 tower kill. And possibly a tier 2.
2 of the last heroes that you want to initiate on.
Pretty much.
Kill from. I mean, they both have Mystic Vestments already. Balthagor has Plated Greaves plus Power Supply. Shadowblade already has 1500 health 12 minutes in. I mean, they almost got both of those kills, but yeah, that turnaround from Balthagor was just huge. And
not just the tankiness, but yeah, Balthagor sits there and goes, please, use all of your spells and make me as powerful as I can possibly be. And the response, too, from the Hellborn side, very good. I don't think they would have turned that nearly as effectively without the Kelp Field from Bubbles. And Magma's jumping in there with a Lava Surge, bit risky. Won't pay for it, though, it looks like, as the Hellborn are going to get backed off of this tier 2 tower. Obviously, respawn timers this early on, very, very short, so difficult to push effectively even after taking that sort of fight. And alright, Drents, we've got a Legion side that is really, really far down right now. What do they got to do to get back in this game?
Well, they have to bank in on the Bushwhack. He's their only hope, pretty much. They just have to dodge as much as they can. Because the Hellborn has a really strong pushing potential, so they just gotta dodge while the Hellborn are just training together. And try to maximize their farm, their carries, because they're gonna go late game.
Yeah.
Because as of now, they're really not, they can't fight. It's just not gonna happen. They don't have the levels, they don't have the resources. NG doesn't have Sid, Sword is level 5. So yeah, it's looking pretty grim for them. They just have to hope for the best and dodge as much as they can.
No doubt. And some decent vision, too, for the Legion side. They've got a ward in the bottom jungle as well as one in the middle lane. So their jungle is relatively safe considering that they have no tier 1 mid and no tier 1 bottom. But I agree. I mean, Bushwhack is the hardest carry in this game. Well, what do you think? Bushwhack versus Shadowblade? Who's going to out carry?
Bushwhack's a harder carry, but
Yeah.
Shadowblade can just get so tanky, and he already has a pretty big lead at 380 GPM compared to Bushwhack's 315. As far as pure carry potential goes, I favor Bushwhack. That hero can get huge, but right now it's looking like Shadowblade's doing quite a bit better.
And top lane, actually, yeah. Swiftblade going to die. I just managed to catch the end of that, so I think I do have to consider is they do have a Swiftblade as well, so not just on Bushwhack's shoulders here, although Swifty is only at 240 gold per minute, so probably not going to be providing too much, at least in the immediate future.
Well, if you think about it, Swift Lashes is not going to do much against the Balthagor minions, so
Yep.
Swiftblade's just kind of there, but he won't really be that useful. They just gotta go all in on Bushwhack, pretty much.
No doubt. And I think I consider too is, as tanky as this Hellborn team is with Kraken, Balthagor, and Shadowblade, they've also got Rhapsody, Ult, and Dancefloor behind them. So, I mean, you could pour all of your resources into trying to kill one of these tanks, only to have nothing happen because Rhapsody comes in with a well-timed ultimate. And I'm finding it difficult to believe that they're going to be able to effectively kill the Hellborn heroes.
Yeah, fact of the matter is, Legion teams should have won their lanes, no
Right.
doubt about it. And the fact that they lost both to Bubbles and Shadowblade, that's pretty bad, and it's going to mean a lot for the mid game.
No doubt. Bubbles here certainly at 290 gold per minute, having a nice time. He'll have a portal key up at about 500 gold. And Kraken doesn't look like he's actually prioritizing one, going for the Helm first. You guys on board with that?
Not really. I mean, they already have Shadowblade and Balthagor. What more need is there for another Helm of the Legion?
Right. And there you go. Shadowblade getting the Incendiaries here. 415 GPM, so he's having a really great time. He's 4-0-2 and already at 1500 health. Gonna go a little bit higher with that Incendiaries pickup. What type of build are you expecting from him? Looks like he's gonna go for the Shrunken Head after this. And
I mean, a lot of builds are viable on Shadowblade. You can run, stab them. You can run pretty much anything depending on whether you're trying to build agility, intellect, strength.
Actually, I don't think that'll be a Shrunken, because they're way too ahead.
Yeah.
It's not really afraid of the Legion right now. It's just gonna farm away. That might be a Dawnbringer, actually. It's just trying to get tanky right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Could certainly make sense. Usually when we see the Dawnbringer, we don't see the Frostburn first, but Shadowblade might be one of the exceptions just because he does love that strength gain so much. And the Legion side continually trying to push down middle lane a little bit, and Balthagor's just like, thank you for the free creeps. But you can see the woods as well. Legion side have got some camps left open that they haven't finished, but Hellborn are clearing their jungle very effectively. They're stacking Ancients, and I feel like this is just going to get worse. Now they're going to take a Kongor, which is, of course, the second Kongor kill, thanks to the L1 attempt.
Yeah, now the plan of dodging is really not going to pay off.
Right.
Hellborn's just increasing their lead. It's not going to stop.
They are going to try to counter push this tier 1 top, which I think is just about the only thing they can do.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
I'm not even sure if they have vision of this or if they were just lucky in terms of the timing. They've got some wards here in the bottom river, but I don't think they have vision of the pit.
Kongor has
And
been
there goes the Kongor.
slain.
So another token there for Shadowblade, and wouldn't be surprised to see this turn into a push. So Hellborn also have the advantage, and are you guys figuring we just need to see them push stuff down with their awesome pushing potential and end this game quickly, or do they have some room for, or how much room for error do they have, and can they win really if this goes particularly late and Bushwhack and Swiftblade get big?
Well, right now they know they have map control. They know they're gonna be the ones making the plays, so they can pretty much confidently just push base, or at least get all the adder towers, just push up their lead. They know Legion can't do anything about it, so they're just taking advantage of that.
No doubt.
Pretty much.
Tier
The
2
Hellborn have
goes down right
destroyed a
there
Legion
in middle
tower.
lane. It looks like they might not be done here. And do you think that this is a good idea, trying to push tier 3 this early?
Well, if you think about it and you look at the stats, you look at the heroes, there's pretty much nothing that can stop it. Oh, but there's going to be an
Yep, there
initiation
goes the
there.
eruption. Eruption hits onto a whole bunch. Very well done. But then the Hell on Newerth is just going to clean up. Slopleeds will finally die. Release the Kraken hits just one. Doesn't matter. Present 23 in the Swiftblade is dead. Bushwhack is going to have to run away with the Energizer and his sidestep ability. So that's a cleanup right there. And Shadowblade still has the token. This is going to be a tier 3 tower, and I would imagine Rax.
You know, they're
response
really
to your question,
tanky. Nothing's gonna
I support
stop them. Look at
The
that.
Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Yeah, sorry, Anthos, what you got?
In response to your question, yeah, I support them pushing that. 4 for
Yep.
none trade is just huge, and they now have a 13k gold, 11k experience lead. They're definitely gonna get this racked without much opposition.
A little bit of opposition here. I still think they're going to get it. Nice ultimate from Rhapsody in the background. Saves a bit of damage. Kraken getting out of it, though, and he will pay for that. So,
A
Extending
Legion
time.
barracks has been destroyed.
anyway, Lava Surge comes in as well, and Bubbles is also going to be in some trouble. He will die. Shadowblade trying to live. Puts up the Gargantuan Blast, and is doling in some auto attacks. He jumps over to Rhapsody. Well done, but an excellent Lava Surge off the portal key, and that's going to be a cleanup. So, Hellborn side get genocided there. And
Almost.
They got
Valve
too
Crush
greedy.
alive.
yeah, so they do take the racks there, and the other thing you have to consider is, okay, they died, but they're still way ahead, and a 20-minute racks is going to be really, really hard for this Legion side to fight against.
Yeah, it does give Legion a chance to get some wards and counter wards off, hopefully establish some sort of map control, and maybe even push this middle tower, which they need right now. They can't continue playing with what little map control they have and hope to make anything happen.
No doubt. So we've got 4 heroes here in the middle lane, but a teleport going to come in as well, and they're going to have to back off now. So we won't even be able to get a counter push on this mid tier 1 as Balfagor's minions effectively provided some anti-push, and then the Kraken port scared them right off. Torture now going to be actually in some trouble. There's Luis. Kraken dropped right onto him, but an excellent keg stun looks like it will save him. So and now Kraken in trouble actually. Does have a charge back up. Lava Surge goes through though, and that's going to help get the kill. So Archie Tiger overextending a little bit there.
Massacre.
And he's been having a decent game, but not that good at 1, 3, and 4. Notable
agree.
that Portal Key has been picked up on Magnus. We saw that come into play a lot. So that could actually be a game changer, I feel like.
Yeah, that and the fact that Bushwhack's jumped up to 450 GPM while Shadowblade's only at 440. I mean, if anything else, that's what they need right now, along with map control. So they have a chance to turn it. I mean, that melee racks really sucks for them, but this is what they need. Unfortunately, they didn't get any wards off, but hopefully that'll change.
And yeah, we look at the vision situation here. It's actually pretty sparse for both teams, with Hellborn having a ward here in the bottom river, as well as the mid lane, which is about to expire. And currently, the Legion have 0 vision, as I believe that award between the top and mid lanes that just expired as well. And finally, over here, looks like Torture will drop a Rev and a Ward of Sight, but he's going to pay for that. He actually will get the Ward of Rev killed, but now he's dead. And I would imagine that's going to be immediately be counter-warded. Yep, Rhapsody says hello, thank you very much. And Crybaby, or technically Rybaby, takes the death and eventually accomplishes just about nothing.
Yeah. His presence this game has been next to nothing. I mean, he does have 6 assists, mainly because of that pull that he has, but
Right.
he's just done nothing but give those kills to Shadowblade in the early game. And his wards keep getting countered time after time. I just think that he needs to place them in better spots where the Hellborn won't just immediately counter them.
No doubt. And I mean, I've expressed my issues with Torture before, but I think in this particular situation, we're seeing how difficult it can be sometimes to do anything with that hero past the laning phase. When you're Impalement, people can just run away from it. Before Boots, it's harder, there's a lot more damage, and of course you didn't even get Impalement early on, but aside from that, how are you feeling about how Torture is fitting in this lineup there, Drunts?
Well, I don't really like Torture as a hero because, as you said, he just tells out to the late game, because people are just gonna run away from Impalement. That's why I almost never even bother drafting it. I don't really like the hero that much. I know other teams value it, but I just don't see why it should be valued that highly. So as you can see, he doesn't really have a huge impact in this game.
Right.
He can't counter push. He can't solo kill anyone. It's just lackluster pick, I feel like.
No doubt. And I don't know if, was it you, Anthos, yesterday that made this point, or maybe it was on Monday with the guys from Ogre, but actually middle lane, never mind, as Bushwhack is getting caught, has the Geometer's Bane, drops that, but that's not going to do too much. Staccato stuns are through.
The Legion
Bubbles,
have
actually,
destroyed a Hellborn
yep,
tower.
Bushwhack's going to live. Okay, that's kind of surprising. Dude is so mobile.
Yeah, that Bushwhack put that very well. Dodging the crack and ultimate, not letting the bubbles Kelpfield stun hit him for the second time. He played that well.
Yeah,
no doubt
and no
about
doubt
it.
the support from Engineer very helpful, who actually might take a death for it, as he will go down thanks to Bubbles getting that Invis rune. But not that bad, I think. Ultimately, effectively trading Engineer for Bushwhack as they prevented a kill on their carry. And definitely a trade you'll take. But going back to Torture for a second, I think it was the guys on Shrek is Love, making the point that, yeah, Torture's not that effective. It's just, it seems like teams have a comfort factor because they've been playing the hero for so long, so they just pick it, sort of regardless of exactly how good it is. And I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that are.
I mean, Torture's good with heroes like Magmus, where Magmus gets his automatic stun off, Torture can follow up with his AoE stun. What he has, a lot of support heroes don't have, is push ability, damage output, a decent amount of it, and an AoE stun.
Polywog Priest.
But as you said, man, if Torture doesn't get early levels... Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Polywog Priest is a way better pusher than Torture, and yet nobody picks that hero up. Love Polywog Priest.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really level-dependent hero as well.
Yeah.
I like seeing that hero as a mid-hero as opposed to support.
And his lane suffers a lot, too, because he's just not that good early on, but... Sorry, Drance, you're about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Poly is one of those heroes that teams aren't really gonna try something new with it. Because we know that the hero is strong. It's just so hard to lane him.
Right.
He needs set speed. He needs to have a good start. Otherwise, it's just not gonna pay off. So that's why you'll never like see teams other than Shrek up at middle.
Yep, and bottom lane actually we're gonna have the initiation finally, as it's been threatened for a long time. 1-for-1, actually. Hellborn side now cleaning up as their farm. It looks like it's paying off. Drops the ultimate a bit late there, it felt like, but still very effective. Bushwhack is going to buy back here despite the death. Swiftblade will kill. Shadowblade will kill Swiftblade. God damn it. And Bushwhack with the buyback, very, very ineffective, as he's just basically going to run a little bit out of his will and then right back into his well. So Hellborn side once again cleaning up the fight at the base. The Token of Life paying off there, I believe, as Shadowblade had it and used it. Now Rax going to go down here in the bottom lane.
A Legion barracks has been
that's...
destroyed.
I don't want to say that's game, but being 2 Rax down at 26 minutes, I'm just not sure how recoverable that is. Next time they're going to hit...
I'll say it, it's game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Bubbles is going to get out of there. He actually will die, despite the Shell Surf, but Shadowblade looks like he might live. Bushwhack pursuing here and doing a good amount of damage, but damn, he just doesn't take any damage. He's so tanky, and now he's going to turn this around. Kegstun will connect, though. Bushwhack's ult or illusions are going to get killed pretty easily.
And he's going to fall.
Yep, finally, because he switched to Int, so hurt a lot. Actually, it'll cost him about 200 hit points, as well as some regen, of course. Rhapsody in the bottom lane will get caught up with a Lava Surge. Nice portal key forward from Magnus, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill as well. So they do get a couple of cleanup kills at the end, but they still lose bot racks. Mid lane push through. I don't know when that was, but eventually those range racks in the middle were taken. And now you've got a 12.5k gold lead for the Hellborn side. Kongor is going to be back up relatively soon for them, so they can wait for that if they want to. They've got heavy push, and they've got 2 lanes down. Is there a road back at all?
No.
No?
I mean, despite 12k gold lead and 4k experience lead, 2 racks at 27 minutes in, with the entire team just trailing way behind Bushwhack, I don't see it happening. I mean, Bushwhack is farming up a Storm at 500 GPM. Shadowblade, though, is in a close second at 475, and then you have like 3 other heroes on the Hellborn team close to 400, so that, along with 2 racks this early on, I don't see it happening.
It's definitely going to be difficult. I mean, Bushwhack's got some good anti-push potential with his Splinter Shot, whatever it's called. But yeah, Kongor up once again, and that's going to be the focus of the Hellborn side. This is the 3rd Kongor, so they will get not only a Token of Life, but also some bananas. And it looks like the Legion side, they are aware of this. There is a Ward of Sight down there. Haste Ring be picked up by Magnus, and they're not going to let them have this for free. So the first actually contested Kongor here of the game. Swiftblade just running in, and Balfour getting caught out, but he's damn tanky. Pops the barrier idol, and he's got too many cookies, man. There goes the Hell on North. He will die to serve some cookies at his funeral because cookies are delicious. Off to the side here, Magnus will eventually get caught. Bushwhack has to pop the Shrunken Head, but there's Superior Magic stun and the Kraken ultimate. Very well done by Archie Tiger there, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill on Bushwhack. Now Engineer getting chased down by Kraken. A couple more autos will kill him. There's a Gargantuan Blast, and finally Torture will port out. So ends up being a 4-for-1. Yeah, as Balfagor dies. But hey, I think they'll take that. No buybacks in anybody except for Swiftblade. And not sure what they want to do here, actually. It looks like they're going to try to finish off the bottom racks. I feel like this should be Kongor instead.
I mean, they're so close to the Legion base, and they already have 4 heroes down, so why not push in? They can always get Kongor later.
Yeah.
It's just proven, like, they can take Kongor with almost no fear of a team fight, because if Legion tries to contest it, they'll get dropped like flies.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good point. They can finish off the racks for free, and now that looks like they're going to go for Kongor. Although, we've got 4 heroes up on the Legion side. Release Kraken is down. Kelfield is down for 30 seconds. They do have the Rhapsody Ultimate and the Balfagor ult. I don't think Rhapsody ult was used last fight.
No.
It's not.
And I gotta say, in regards to the last fight, well played ultimate from Archer Tiger on Kraken.
Yeah.
That was just beautifully placed.
Exactly what he needed to have, of course, the shrunken head up. That does not stop the Superior Magic Stun from the Kraken Ultimate. So that was really the reason they got that kill entirely, because Bushwhack has been proven to be so mobile in these fights. And if it wasn't for Kraken there, that's no kill on Bushwhack, and very possibly they don't get anything out of it, because that hero is just proving to be such a nuisance at this point.
Yeah. Kraken with the banana and Shadowblade with the token.
Yeah, I mean this. If it was hard before, bordering on impossible, I mean, 2 lanes down, token, bananas. They've got all their ultis back.
They can't come back.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, the end of the game is basically just a formality, and even more so if Bushwhack gets caught here by the release of the Kraken. Magma's coming in looking for something. Geospain gets popped, but there's the Kelfield. Pops the Shrunken Head to get out of that. And Magma's also going to fall to the side for the Song of the Sea. Nice Swift Slash is actually all going on Bubbles, but not enough damage to kill him, as he's also reasonably tanky for some reason. He will live, because Swiftblade did not commit right there. And that might save his life, but it definitely cost him the kill, because I think he could have had it.
Play mail on Bubbles. That plus 10 armor.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful, because when that Magma Eruption doesn't go off, pretty much all their damage is physical, mostly from Bushwhack and Swiftblade.
Yeah, at this point, that's pretty much all their damage output is purely physical. So, with the Souls Bulwark on Kraken, along with that plate mail, Bubbles is going to be hard to drop. Along with, every other hero, of course.
And of course, Bubbles just being Bubbles, and being really hard to drop because you can't catch the bastard.
Yeah, that's slippery hero.
And he's a turtle, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Football playing turtle in this case.
By the way,
Soccer.
one of the things I'd like to point out is that if you look at Hellburn's items, they just got like team items pretty much. They just got the team fight irons, pushing potential. They really picked up what they had to pick up, so they know that they can take any team fight without any response. So shout out to them for getting the correct items in this case.
No doubt. As the stuff you're mentioning there, Barrier Idol, Storm Spirit, Push Book, Astrolabe, that Souls Bulwark, that sort of thing. That is, I mean, this is already just a team that's difficult to deal with when it comes to the team fight and the push potential, but that sort of thing puts them over the top pretty clearly. Plated Griefs as well. Actually, having background eruption goes down, gonna do a whole bunch of damage. Balfagor gonna Storm Spirit himself. He's gonna do that, and that's nice for Rhapsody Ultimate, saving all the damage. This is gonna be yet another cleanup kill for the Hellborn side. Over here, Engineer will fall. Bushwhack getting silenced actually, and it looks like he might still be okay because he is so damn fast. Nope, Kraken coming with a portal key, and that's eventually going to be the kill. Yep. So Magma's PKing back into the base, and Swiftblade is alive once again. Actually, I don't think he died there, but yeah, GGs are called. As the top tier 3 goes down, and Swift Slash is onto 2. Is that going to do anything? Nice take upper from Bubbles, and he will Shell Surf away. So Push Book, Bubbles. Yep. He's going to live. And now actually might turn this on to Magnus. There goes the GGs. And the CC goes through. So I think just well played by the Hellborn side, knowing what their lineup was meant to do and executing the strategy. But final thoughts there, Dreads?
No, pretty much they just played correctly. They did what they had to do. They took the conquerors. They made sure they won team fights. They had map control. Pretty much they knew what they had to do. So they pretty much just took the game. Just that.
Alright, got anything left to say, Anthos?
Yeah, Twisted Fusion is clearly a well-practiced team. I just don't think the Legion was ready for them.
Yeah, it does seem like Twisted Fusion had the coordination of a team that's been together for a long time, and I think they mostly have. Archie Tiger, a new addition, but definitely a positive one, I would say. So, game 1 here will go to Twisted Fusion, and we'll move right on to game 2.